Hey, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to get your business questions answered? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I've been so weird in these intros that I just need to keep the intros going, keeping them weird, keeping things weird. All right. What is up, everyone? Say hey. Thanks for joining. I'm Kendra Perry, online business mentor, business strategist, whatever you want to call me, for health coaches, practitioners, people working in the health and business space or health and wellness space. And this is the live Q&A that I do every single Tuesday at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, to answer your business related questions. And I'm happy to answer anything related to your business, where you're struggling, whether it's like business strategy, technical, mindset, because y'all be struggling with your mindset all the time. And yeah, so that's what I do. And I'm glad you're here and excited to answer your questions today. And we've got some good ones as always. Yeah. Okay, let's jump into it. And for any of you guys who are joining me live today, if you have a question, you want to ask me about anything, even if it's just a personal question, I'm happy to answer it, unless it's weird by one of you creepy dudes who like to jump on here. I ain't answering those questions. Okay, so I had, oh, that's so annoying. So I put a few different question features on, but it's only showing the most recent one. Good lesson. But I do remember the 3 that were sent in, I believe. Let me just pull those up. A little bit unprepared. But I'm going to answer this one here, because it's actually a question that I'm literally just seeing now. So you're getting a very authentic answer from me. What is my biggest fear? So what I will say, and not that I don't fear anything, but I definitely have a high tolerance for risk. And I believe that is probably due to the fact that I have been in action sports my whole life, skier, ski tour, managing risk of avalanche in the backcountry, mountain biker, which is a really fucked up sport, really high consequence sport. I don't know if I can get access to those questions. Let me see if I can. And so I definitely have a higher tolerance for risk. So I'm not afraid of much like physically, but I'd say there's a few. Okay, so number 1, I have a fear of being controlled. And that has definitely been getting triggered massively into 2020 world, right? Where like all these fuckers are trying to control us because people just love to tell people what to do. They love to try to control people and don't like it. And part of that, where that stems from, is that my parents are very strict in high school. Love them. Everyone's just doing the best they can with the tools that they have, with the resources that they have, but they were very strict. And that did not work well for me. As a teenager, I was very rebellious. I basically just lied and did everything they told me not to do. And so I have this big fear of being controlled and being told what to do. And typically, if you tell me to do something, I'll just do the opposite. If you're like, do this, I'm like, okay, I'll just do the opposite. And it's so much that sometimes I can't even set rules within myself. Like I break my own rules all the time because... I'm just going to get rid of this creepy dude here. Peace out, creepy dude. I just like can't even follow my own rules and I drive myself crazy about it. So that's definitely one of my shadow sides. So I would say I have a pretty big fear of being controlled. Now, in terms of like physical fears, I have a big fear of being in a car accident. I have really not loved driving for most of my life, but now I have a really good new car, so that helps. But I definitely fear car accidents, so I'm a very cautious driver. Sometimes I like to call myself a granny driver, but I would say that now that I have a good car, I have a nice RAV4 all-wheel drive. I've got studded tires. As you guys know, I live up a fucking mountain, so I need to have a good winter car. And since buying that car this year, I feel so much different when I drive in the winter now. So that has definitely like reduced my fear of car accidents because I feel really confident in my vehicle. But unfortunately, where I live, there's a stretch of highway that is a very dangerous stretch of highway. has a bad track record for accidents, and I have to drive that all the time, and I kind of hate that. But anyways, a really good question and interesting. I'm going to see if I can access these other questions. I think I can just see my live. All right, well, learned my lesson about I can only see the questions from the most previous questions box that was submitted, but I know I had another one that was said, was asking about reels. And I remember seeing it and thinking about it. And they were like, hey, I hear that I'm supposed to be doing reels, but I don't dance. Help. Okay, so I want to talk about reels. What are reels? So reels are basically Instagram's version of TikTok. And I'm actually doing a full episode on the Wealthy Coach podcast on this that will probably drop early January. So make sure you subscribe to the Wealthy Coach podcast because I will be discussing reels in detail. But it's basically Instagram's version of TikTok. So anytime a new platform pops up, because the Instagrams and the Facebooks have a fucking monopoly, they always basically steal their idea and take over it. Facebook Live, for example, was taken from Periscope. Stories was taken from Snapchat, and now Reels is taken from TikTok. So it's basically Instagram's attempt to take over TikTok. So basically, Reels are 15 to 30-second clips. You can do a lot of different things with them, and no, you do not need to be dancing. But the cool thing about Reels, and why I do highly recommend that you use them, is because it currently is the most engaging form of content on Instagram right now. Anytime Instagram brings in something new, they're going to reward you for trying it, right? Because they don't want to fail, right? At Reels, so you are going to get rewarded. And currently, 20% of everyone's Explore page, that's when you hit that little search magnifying glass at the bottom of your homepage, is Reels. So 20% of the feed is being taken up by Reels, yet very few people are making Reels at this time because it's still so new. So Reels are actually a great opportunity for you to get on the Explore page and get in front of a new audience, okay? So I have been utilizing Reels in my business. If you want to see the Reels that I've done, you'll notice that I'm not dancing in a lot of them. So you don't need to dance, but those have gotten me between 1,000 and 5,000 views, which is way more than any other types of content that I get. So stories, I'm typically getting like 100 to 200 people. Feed posts, I'm typically getting like 50 to 100 likes. Instagram, IGTVs, right? On my lives, I typically get like maybe 15 to 20 people joining live. On IGTV, I might get 100 to 200 views. So Reels are really the best bang for my buck, and they're actually quite fun to make. I'm actually loving them. They're really bringing out like the comedic side of me, which I really, really appreciate. But you don't need to dance to do Reels. So you don't even need to use music to make Reels. You can basically not have music. So if you check out, not the last one that I did use music in my last one, but two before that, I didn't use music at all. It was basically just me talking. And so there's a few different things you can do with Reels. You can use them to make entertaining content. You know, I've been using a few of them just to try to make people laugh because again, they are sort of bringing out this weird side of me, but also you can teach step by step. Okay. So you have definitely created a lot of content either in your posts or in video where you're like 5 steps to learn how to do this, 3 steps to learn how to do this. Like that stuff can be repurposed into a reel. So you're not going to go into detail because you only have 15 to 30 seconds, but you can teach the steps and then you can direct them where they can get the full video or the full post, right? Which is cool. That is what will do great in a reel. You could also teach a quick tutorial. So I haven't done a tutorial yet, but it could literally be like how to do something. You could just quickly teach them in 15 to 30 seconds how they can do something. You know, as a business coach, I could share my screen and show them how to do something in Trello or Canva or full script or something like that, right? There's just so many different ways in which I could use that 15 to 30 seconds to teach something, right? So you don't need to dance, but even if you use music, you don't need to dance. You'll notice in some of the reels I've done, I'm just pointing to things. I would say that's like the typical thing, like, you know, like what are 5 foods that you can remove from your diet to have more energy? And you're like gluten, corn, dairy, nightshades, whatever it's going to be. You could definitely do that in a reel and that would be totally valuable and it's going to get you more engagement. So I highly recommend using reels and don't worry, you do not need to know how to dance in order to do a reel. Okay. Now, I'm trying to think of what the other questions were. It's too bad because there was some really good ones and I'm just blanking out on what they were, and it doesn't look like I can access them, which is super annoying. So just give me a second. I'm going to try to think for a second. What was that? There was a really good question. Oh, it was about competition. This is a good one. And the other one that I totally forgot about, I will answer in next week's Q&A unless it comes into my mind. But the question was something along the lines of, I see that, there's so many other health coaches who are doing the same thing as me. How do we stand out? How are we supposed to compete? Okay. So it's actually a myth that gotta get rid of this creep too. Peace out, creep. Where do all these creeps come from? Like, where do they come from? Like, get a fucking life. Seriously. Anyways, it's a total myth that the health coaching industry is saturated. It's a myth. So at the end of 2019, so this number will be more now, but there was about 220,000 health coaches, right? And not all of those people are building online businesses. So that number is probably a lot lower when you think of people who are out there building personal brands versus people who are just working for companies or working for other people, okay? Or people who have just graduated and never used it, okay? That might seem like a lot, but when you compare that against the amount of people who are sick in this world, I might be totally butchering the statistic, but I believe 1/3 of the world, or 1/3 of Americans, I believe, or maybe it's 2/3, it's 1/3 or 2/3. Both ways, it's a massive number, have at least one diagnosed health condition. That's crazy. That is a lot, right? That is so unbelievably, that is just so crazy. That is so many people. And those are just people with diagnosed health conditions, right? What about all the people who just feel like fucking shit every day, but they haven't been diagnosed, right? So basically, there isn't enough health coaches to serve all the people who are sick, okay? And as people get less and less answers from their doctor, and people start to see through the veil that is conventional medicine when it comes to health building. And I'm not putting down conventional medicine for what it's good at, right? OR, ER, diagnosis of extremely rare conditions, genetic conditions. It's great at those things and we need it for those things. And I would always want to have it. If I get into my car accident that I hope I never get into, like, light me up, right? Fucking light me up, put me on all the stuff, keep me alive, save my life, right? I'm not bashing it for that, but I am bashing it for building health because it does not build health. And people are starting to see through the veil. And what that means is that people are going to start wanting, and there's going to be a higher and a higher demand for alternative health services like what you offer, okay? I don't even look at my competition, and I'm a business coach and I have way more competition than you. I'm in a much more highly competitive space than you are, and I don't even consider my competition, okay? It's because it technically doesn't matter. There is actually room for all of this because what sets you apart is you. It's you, right? It's not that you were teaching new information. People can find anything that you teach online somewhere. It's all online, right? There's information fucking everywhere. If they want to find it, they can find it. Why will they choose you over someone else? Is it because you provide better information, content? Are you smarter? I mean, maybe somewhat, but mostly it's just because they're going to resonate with you, right? It's really important that when we think about building an online business and a personal brand, that we are bringing our own unique personality, voice to that business, right? Why do you like me? Like, why do you connect with me? Like, sure, I provide really good information. I pride myself on that, but it goes beyond that, right? You connect with me because of something about my personality, something that resonates with you. Maybe you like all the F-bombs that I drop. Maybe you like that I'm very blunt in the way that I talk. Maybe you love my tough love. Maybe you love my weird jokes. Whatever it is, like, there is something about my personality that resonates with you, and that's why you chose me as a mentor, right? And so when it comes to standing out online, like, you cannot just be showing up expecting that your information is going to sway people, right? Because information is not transformational, right? We have too much information. People can find any information anywhere online. And so we have to go above and beyond. So it's really about learning how to be yourself and who you are online, right? So important, because that's what's going to make people connect and resonate with you is you. And there's only one you. That's what's so amazing about humanity, right? we're all unique, and there's billions of us, and we're all just a little bit different, and oftentimes significantly different, and that is what will make you stand out online, okay? I don't consider my competition. I actually usually try to collaborate with my competition, or sometimes I even send people to my competition because I'm just like, you might like her better, or she might have something that is a better fit for you. A really good example, I would say like my primary competition would be technically like someone like Lori Kennedy. We are both ex-health coaches who now help health coaches, and we help them with kind of similar things. I'm sure our programs give similar information. Maybe it's structured in a little bit of a different way. Maybe it's a little bit different, but I never worry about losing clients to Lori Kennedy. I just don't. We're different. We have different personalities. Sure, we might be similar in certain ways, but we're different, and you're going to resonate with either me or her. And I'm not offended if it's me who you do not resonate with, because not everyone's going to like me, and it's okay. And some people are just going to naturally gravitate towards Lori, and some people are going to naturally gravitate towards me. And that's okay. Right. I mean, I tell people to go check out Lori Kennedy sometimes when they're asking me something and I think she might have something, because I'm not afraid of that, because I know I am my own unique person who brings something very unique to this space just by being me, just by being my own self, right? So it's really easy to compare yourself to others, but that is not productive, and it's just going to make you feel like a piece of shit, right? If you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, you are not going to feel good about yourself. You're going to always feel like you're behind, and you're always going to feel like you are literally in competition with each other. And I know there's this mindset in business, and this is true for a lot of businesses, where they're literally trying to put the other one out of business. They're trying to compete. I don't believe in that type of business world, right? I believe in a business world where there's a room for everyone, and we can all create win-win situations. This might be called conscious capitalism. I've heard this term thrown around, but I believe that maybe could be what that is, because I do believe strongly in capitalism and the ability to build my own life and make my own money. I don't believe in capitalism that doesn't take care of its people and doesn't help people have the same opportunities, right? I think we can't let business run unregulated. I'm off on a tangent right now. What the fuck am I talking about? But what I'm saying is, like, I don't believe in this whole competitive business thing. I think it's bullshit. I think there's room for everyone, especially when you're niching, right? Like, I don't want to put my competition out of business. I would never want that. I value small business, right? I want them to do well. And just because they are doing well doesn't mean I can't do well. Just because they are getting all these opportunities and amazing outcomes doesn't mean there are less opportunities and outcomes for me. So competition does not serve you. And I do not recommend, when you catch yourself comparing yourself to someone else, just walk away and know that there's a place for you, right? Just by being you. All right, so those were the questions that I can remember I had submitted. I remember there was one more, but I'm gapping, but I will save it for next week's Q&A. Guys, I do these Q&As every Tuesday at noon. If you have a question for me, shoot it to me throughout the week, and I will answer it on next week's Q&A call. Love supporting you. And if you guys want to learn more about me, you can go to my website, kendraperry.net, or shoot me a DM. I have my new signature program, Health Coach Accelerator, is relaunching middle of January. So do make sure you're on the wait list. I will drop the link in this video. Just click on the title of this video. You'll get a little drop down menu. You'll find that link for anyone watching the replay. Get on the VIP list, because I think I'm going to be offering something a little bit special to people on the VIP list who want to sign up for Boxing Day, so that they can enroll in advance and get something that I won't be offering to them in January. If you don't know what the fuck Boxing Day is, it's like a shopping holiday in Canada. I think it might be an American thing too. Don't know, but seems like a good thing to do. All right, I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I will see you next week, same time, same place, on Instagram Live.